Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This week I'll be reviewing Married at First Sight season 13 episode 5. In this episode it really didn't go far. I think we were just shown one day actually because the couples were on their honeymoon, and so there really wasn't much to it. I don't know why they're dragging it, whether it's because um obviously one of the couples is not able to contribute quite a bit because they're isolating or not. Anyway, I'll start off with Brett and Ryan. Brett and Ryan, to me, I think there is potential for them to become a very successful couple. It's just, I think it's them getting to know one another, one, and I think there's an issue in the sense that yes, Ryan is still holding on to whatever happened on the flight, and how Brett reacted to that, and the fact that she has decided to move things slowly, which, given what Michaela and Zach are going through, I think you're better off being slow and actually making sure that everything is right than rushing forward. So for them, I think they it's nice to see Ryan actually come out of himself and sort of contribute and whatever. I know at times some of his remarks are still a bit awkward and are things that you think maybe he should have thought twice before saying it. But I think they have a better chance if they keep going at her pace and if he stops talking about her lack of experience. Because, in my opinion, just because somebody's gone on 50 dates doesn't mean they're experienced. It could be there's a reason, there's a fault, and that's why this person kept going on dates and couldn't seem to get a second or a third date from anyone. So I think he needs to sort of put that aside, the fact that she doesn't have experience and the fact that he thinks he has experience, and they need to actually get to know each other. It's nice to see them getting along. I loved their little hammock thing where they were sitting in the hammock and just talking. They are trying their best. I think they are trying to talk. They are trying sort of to get to know one another, and I hope Ryan doesn't blow it by pushing Brett to move a bit faster. But otherwise, they seemed great. They seemed to be getting along. There wasn't really any drama with the two of them. So it was nice to see for a change. From there, we move on to Rachel and Jose. Rachel and Jose, I'm a bit on the fence about Jose, really. I don't know him as a person. I can only give my opinion from what I've seen. But there are things that he does and things that he says that makes you question. You know, things like brushing her teeth, wanting, okay, the issue about feeding, maybe it's not as serious. The fact that he thinks he's trying to, I think he likes to be in control, and because he likes to be in control, he wants to do everything that way it's done the way he wants to it done, forgetting that they are now in a partnership whereby they both have to want to work together. And she, Rachel says, she also wants to contribute. She wants to, put her have her stamp on whatever they do in regards to their marriage, be it the finances, be it where they live, be it whatever. And so for me, I think there's going to be an issue because just like with Ryan and Brett, their issue is the fact that Rachel still hasn't got over the fact that he wanted to brush her teeth, and I think this is why I was saying that when people were saying, "Oh, married at first sight," all the people are just there for drama. I don't think so. If someone is able to get a relationship and able to find a partner and be able to settle down, they wouldn't need the experts to match them. There's always going to be a fault with the person that comes on the show because that's why they are not able to find a match for themselves in the real world, and they're looking to someone else to help them. And for me, I think Jose and Rachel are a typical example because Rachel went through a lot of things in her previous relationships, which she's trying to correct with Ryan, with Jose. Whereas Jose, he's always had this thing whereby he wanted to be in control of everything. He had a plan, he had lists, he had this. And so they're going to struggle. They're going to struggle. I'm on the fence with them as in regards whether or not they will work. They're going to struggle because I think they have a lot of issues coming up than more than maybe Ryan and Brett might have. But then I might be, we'll see how they go. But they seem to be getting along. They say they have great chemistry. They seem to be very affectionate with one another. Everybody was telling them that they're very affectionate, and they sort of enjoyed that. And I think it's sort of a curse on marriage at first sight for couples who rush to become intimate, in the sense that they all need to learn that you need to get to know your partner first before you become intimate. But I think because they have this list and this checkbox on their list of what they want to do, and maybe the producers keep asking them, that's why they rush the intimacy and then later realize that, oh, maybe I should have got taken time to know the person that I was becoming intimate with. And I think this is the issue that is coming up ahead for Rachel and Jose, because something is not quite right for me with Jose. He's not bad like Chris bad, but I don't know. We'll see as the season goes. We'll see. We'll see. But he's just, there's something a bit off about him as well, in the sense that some of the things that he does thinking he's being affectionate don't come across that way. They come across a bit sort of, I don't want to say creepy, but they come across a bit scary, in the sense that sort of, I don't know. I don't know what word to use because I don't like to label people's names when I don't know them. But something about him is a bit off. Um. Anyway, from there we move on to Myla and Gail. Myla and Gail. I think, I don't know whether I'm the only one who noticed, but it seems they slept in separate bedrooms from when they went to have their breakfast. It seemed they slept in separate bedrooms, because when they were in the bedrooms you could see that the other side was still sort of um as it was pristinely made, as though nobody had slept on that side. So I think whatever's happened, they must have slept in separate bedrooms. And so Gil, when the couples met up, when they had this meet and greet, he had to go on his own because Merla said she was working, and I know he was wrong for saying things about his wife. He was wrong. Maybe he should have waited. And even when he met up with his wife, he should have told her maybe in advance. Because on Married at First Sight, what always happens is people will come back and tell your partner. And when they tell your partner, they don't tell them word for word. Or the producers will suddenly show the clips like at reunions and stuff to create drama. So hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully, he doesn't get in trouble for that. He's really trying his best to make her happy. He's really trying. And I hope she appreciates him. But Merla is going to struggle, because if someone is easygoing, or who comes across as easygoing as Gil, gives up on her many demands and whatever, and many expectations, then she's going to struggle. She's going to continue to struggle in the real world to find someone. She might need to lower her expectations. This is the problem people that go on Marriage at First Sight have, in the sense that they go on there with their idea of what they want, forgetting that the experts are matching you with what they think you need. And so if she was open-minded, I think Gil is not a bad guy. He's not, a bad guy. He goes to work. He is a working man. Yes, he might not earn as much as she wants, but there are other qualities that she has that she's going to miss if she doesn't take her time and get to know him. Anyway, from there, we move on to Michaela and Zach. Michaela and Zach, apparently Zach has tested positive for COVID. For me personally, Married at First Sight has done a bad, has shown a bad representation of COVID and how it should be managed. On Married at First Sight, the couples camp, they showed people going on holidays to the beach, and people, being with someone who's tested positive. And instead of isolating Jamie and Elizabeth, they then went back to California and exposed everybody on the flight, because obviously they've been exposed. They should have stayed in place and isolated in place for 14 days. If they were not symptomatic, then they could have gone. But then, anyway, I thought it was a one off. They did the same thing with Michaela. Michaela was exposed to Zach because Zach is positive. Michaela should have remained, because there were two bedrooms in each sort of in each suite. I don't know why they didn't keep her there. They should have kept her there and got her to isolate in her own space, unless things were kicking off whereby she was insisting that she wanted to spend time with him. But when you are in contact with someone who's infected, you need to isolate where you've been exposed, or if you need to avoid transmitting the virus to other people. And so by taking it to the, I don't know how they would have got her back. I don't know how they would have got her back to Houston from Florida, but I don't know. Marriage at First Sight, I don't is doing a great disservice of showing people what you should do when you've become exposed, or when you've become infected. I think it's something that, because they're not good at managing it, they need to stop. They need to stop showing it. Anyway, well, they keep showing us previews of Zach and Michaela fighting. Zach and Michaela, I think there's going to be some issues or maybe the producers are going to try and play the issues to make it seem like there's a lot more drama than there actually is. I really hope they work. And it's said that now for 2 weeks they're going to be apart where other couples are getting to know each other. Hopefully they find ways to keep in touch. Hopefully they find ways of continuing to build on their marriage and they work, because I really have high hopes for them. And then the final couple is Bo and Johnny. Oh my God, they're Zach and Michaela were my favorite, and are still my favorite. But somehow, Bo and Johnny have sort of snuck up because I find them very endearing. I know, just like everybody else, they have issues, but I really like how they're taking time to know one another, how they're very supportive of each other. I think the issue is the fact that Bo is very sort of structured in her way of doing things, and at times she doesn't always get the jokes. Like when Johnny was teasing her about the snoring, she took offense to it when he was just joking, because he could have easily brought it about in a very sort of confrontational manner, but he was joking about it. But then she started crying. Oh, I was afraid of that people would hear my snoring, so I couldn't sleep when we went to camp and stuff. So it's really sad for him, because prior to that, they had had a very beautiful, intimate moment. You can see that their relationship is transitioning from um, co-workers or people who knew each other from college into people who now know each other as adults, people who are now discovering things about the other person that they didn't see before. And it was nice when Bo teased Johnny that, oh, you ghosted me and stuff. So I have high hopes for them. If nothing else, I think the couple that's most likely to work this season, surprisingly, if they don't self sabotage, are Bo and Johnny. Bo and Johnny, I have high hopes for them. I hope whatever drama is going on with Michaela and Zach is very minimal and they can work through that, because they too, I have high hopes for them. The other couples, I think, as I've said before, I'm on the fence with Jose and Rachel just because of Jose's behaviors or little things that he says and does. And I'm on the fence for Gil and Merla just because Merla is coming across as a bit difficult to please. But Brett and Ryan, I have high hopes for them as well. Hopefully, if they can overlook whatever issues they have. And it's sad that Ryan didn't sort of take it in his steps. I remember in seasons before, Jeffy had issues with flying, but Shanice never kicked off or did anything or said anything. She was very supportive. She never even brought it up. I think it was only brought up once, and that was it, and they never discussed it again. And I don't know. I really hope they can get over that, and I really hope they can continue to grow and learn one another. But anyway, we'll see as the season goes. Thanks for watching, guys. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. See you next time. Bye.